the meantime, Kang, I mentioned that I wanted to get your 2 cents on the NBA All-Star Game, which I can't stomach that. I have no interest in watching that. To me, it is as boring can be when it comes to sports. But it's just an All-Star Game. It's an exhibition. I mean, should it just go away? Because I feel like the three-point shootout, the dunk contest, the skills, the Future Stars game, all that stuff, the Rising Stars game, it's all more entertaining than the actual game itself.
Well, Doug, I watched the whole All-Star weekend festivities, and I watched the All-Star game, and it sucked. There's no way to shine that turd, guys. It was terrible. I mean, and I try to think of ways to make it more competitive like everybody else, and I appreciate all the ideas everyone comes up. I didn't hear the show yesterday, Gator. If people wanted home court advantage, cool. I know other people have said pay this team that or do this, and there's only one way to change it. And ironically, if all these players really look up to Kobe Bryant like they say they do, they got to change their mentality. It's as simple as that. I don't know if it will ever change because you just got to be competitive. You got to want to be competitive. You got to want to showcase out there. And I don't know if it's going to happen. Maybe, as quickly as this turned this way, maybe someone player that we don't even know yet can turn it back the other way. Maybe there's a couple guys that says, you know what? I'm playing when I get on the court. I'm playing like Kobe Bryant did against Stephon Marbury, and when the game goes down to the last shot or whatever, I'm competitive. This game has become crap. The game itself. I think the dunk contest, three-point skills, all that's fine. It's just, it's for fun. It's an exhibition. This glorified layup line, this three-point from half-court stuff, it is Pro Bowl-esque. They're at critical condition here, which is they're going to eliminate this game if you guys don't do something about it. And I don't know if the players care. And maybe this is a problem with the fans as well because it's become ring culture in all sports. If you don't win a championship, you're not good. That's basically what it's become nowadays when you turn on the radio and you turn on the TV. And so all the players care about, and they know this for legacy purposes, don't get hurt in a meaningless All-Star game. Don't even play during the regular season. The playoffs is the only thing that matters. And if I don't win a ring, they're going to say I suck. And that's what load management and everything's about. I think this has all come down to now what we see in an All-Star game.
Do you remember the line? It was Giannis with a reporter, and the reporter said, "Is this season a failure?" And he said, "I don't know. Did you get a promotion this year? Was your year a failure? Did you get it?" And it was really well. I loved it. I thought it was a great argument made by him that you can do a lot right, but in sports you can prepare right, you can be ready, you can have the best strategy in the world. Sometimes you just don't win. And I guess I know that one of the things that happens in our line of work, it's a battle of who has the highest standards. If you don't win the Super Bowl, season's a failure. If you don't win the NBA title, season's a failure. But you might be right that that's what's led to this is the term ring culture, which I'd never heard before, but I like it. Yeah. Trying to rally around Kobe's legacy is interesting.
It's ironic that these guys all look up to Kobe, and they don't even have an ounce of the competitive nature Kobe had.
Yeah, it's not even close. Some of the other things we're bandied about were, do you make it USA versus the world in that kind of a competitive thing? Because obviously the rest of the world is starting to catch up with Team USA basketball. We've seen that. That's possible. But I don't know. I'm kind of with Kangas. I don't think you're ever going to be able to get it back to being this ultra competitive thing. I mean, you can combine some things maybe, but is it all fake anyway? If you care about it, like if you did, I think honestly though, if you did tie the home court advantage thing to the conference, I think it would be more competitive. I don't think it'll be the most competitive game played, but it would make for a really interesting strategy when you get towards the end of the games. I think you would have
fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Well, the Elam ending, remember that? I mean, that was something. I actually don't mind that because it gave them a goal. All right, we got to play a little D here because they're going to score, 144 or whatever the number is they got to get to. This is the only way for us to win. The issue with that is it's got to be kind of close by the time you get there.
Well, I'll just say this. If you are to do the whole home court advantage and then you put the players that are impacted most on the floor in the fourth quarter, like for the last 8 minutes, where the players are all representing the top seeds, I bet their coaches and GMs and their fans will want them to win the game.
Yeah.
even if it is just the very end of the game, but everybody acknowledges that, hey, when we get to the last 6 minutes of this game, the people that are going to be on the floor are the Celtics and the Bucks and the Timberwolves and the Clippers and all the top players for the top teams.
And when you think about it, in the grand scheme of things, okay, if it were to come down to home court advantage goes to the conference that wins it, it's a flip of the coin as to who's going to think to get screwed out of it.
What do you mean?
Well, because when you get down to it, let's say the Eastern Conference wins, all right, and the best team in the East is Boston. Now, Boston may very well end up with the best record anyway, so they would get home court advantage.
Right.
Now, but it's a flip of the coin. It's a 50-50 chance that they do or they don't. So what's the problem? We're risking upsetting a team? Oh, well.
Well, given the imbalance of schedule, just because they have the best record doesn't mean they're the best team. But 248-539-97. I know,
which isn't
a bad way, but it's not worth protecting.
Right.
So